Okay, here's another computer woes nightmare. Now, some of my complaints and citations or whatever are retro, kind of old, but the lesson holds true. There's going to be a new version of this mistake made in the future, so you always want to watch out for security reasons and all that, and especially if something involved like security and protocol. The concept doesn't age. There's going to be bad people who find ways around things and all that. So you keep in mind. You have more of a broad sense or more of an educated view and all that. This dating website doesn't exist anymore, so I guess the point is to give you the website. But all you can email, AYCE. Now there was a concept. I think kind of a footnote. This was in the late 90s, roughly 98, and a web-based email was kind of starting to barely be a thing. I think I got my the first web-based email I ever had was Hotmail. That might have been like in late 98 or early 99 or something. And it was your internet provider, a service provider, and it was local. And it was everybody's email was soon defunct, especially when you're my age in college, because people were dropping out of college and they were transferring college or graduating college or something like that, or just moving in general. And since your domain name was tied to your company, you couldn't transfer it, and the only way to keep your domain name, you have to keep paying their $19.95 a month to have an active account under them. It might not even been possible anyway to dial. I don't know, but it was just ridiculous, you know. So that wasn't kept in mind. That's why web email is such a success, because it's ageless and priceless. So wherever you go, it's yours for life. Now what they had was with stalking and all that, which is a good thing. Like one woman I met, she used a fake name until she got more comfortable with it, and she gave me her real name and all that. But that's one thing on the internet. Go by an alias. I'm Derek Baxter. Something that's untraceable. I know one woman on Yahoo called herself Gina May, and I'd heard that term used or something like that. And I found out in like Urban Dictionary, it's a woman who's unattainable. So it was an alias, which is pretty safe and smart, Anyway, you would email their box number. Like I was like 237-6068 or something like that. And this site would forward your message to their email address, and if you want to respond, it would be under their site, but it would be more like a go-between. It would be your actual email. You wouldn't have to go to their site to log in to check the email. It wasn't like that, because they would be hosting it. I think they were a little small time to have all that housed on their website and servers and stuff, where it was kind of a thing, a step taken. But if you message that email, all you saw was datingforsingles.com. But it was like dating for singles 237-606, and that was my so-called email address. It was just a mask that I would get the email from. I think Match.com did that in one of their first early incarnations or something. The problem with that, though, is this happened more than once. So I don't know what it is. All these women are checking their email. If their box was full and they got an email, their postmaster kicked it back as a mailer daemon, which I don't know if the young people barely know that anymore. But well, the system was so primitive, it counted as an email, because technically it was just simply an email being sent from her address to whoever sent it. So in the paragraph of error messages, warning, mailbox full, postmaster, blah blah, their real email address was in the text. So there was more than once that I messaged a woman with a full email box, and the kickback, the mailer daemon, included her real email. So that was a security flaw. So you gotta watch out with that. It's you can get to a stalking feature and all that. And then also for email addresses, we had for a while when I was at UL in Lafayette, it was SL back then in the 90s. Your email address was your 3 initials and the last 4 digits of your social at usl.edu. So if you posted to a news board, because sometimes they said, kick me email if you're interested or whatever, and usually what happens in political sites is you got into a fight with somebody, they had your initials and then you would university you went to. So that's a stalking feature. It's very dangerous. And sometimes they had student directories that you can actually punch up, go through their last names or first names, whatever. They could probably find you. So now they have a picture of your face, your full name or your first and last name, and the university where you go to college. So that's a very dangerous stalking feature. So I'm sure over the years these things have been addressed, but there's going to be new versions of it over the years going to arise. So that's one thing. And here's my scenario depicted. It goes from the woman to the dating site to me, and then if it's a kickback, like for example, my mailbox was full, it goes from my mailbox to the dating site back to her, including my real email address. So that was a huge security flaw.